Welcome back to More Law. This morning we have to give you some information about the lawyers that are appearing today. Steve Adams, he's from the law office of Stephen R. Adams, 8 West 9th Street, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45202 513 929 and then we have, of course, Don and Dan Moore, the Moore Law Firm, 1060 Nimitzview Drive, Suite 200, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45230. Of course, the phone number is 513-232-2000. Okay, let's go to our next call, which is Antoinette. Antoinette, how can we help you?
Yes, I would like to ask a question. Okay, because my mother was involved in an accident August 12th, and the drunk driver tried to get insurance the next day. What can you do about that? Can you still go out to the store that bought the alcohol and the person, or what can she do?
Dave, go ahead.
Well, my understanding is that from what you just said, basically a drunk driver tried to get insurance the day after the accident. Is that right?
Yes.
And that's just not going to fly. Was it your daughter that was involved in the accident?
No, my mother.
Your mom. Okay. Your mother's probably only recourse if there's not insurance on the car, because first the insurance goes with the car. And so if this drunk driver was driving a car that was owned by someone else, there may be other coverage that applies to that car. If there isn't any coverage, then your mom's going to need to go back against her own coverage under what's called uninsured motorist coverage. And she should notify her agent right away. And if I understood what you said a minute ago, this accident just happened a couple of weeks ago. Know that there is a time limit for all cases, all civil cases in Ohio and Kentucky for car wrecks, 2 years, and Indiana for that matter. So don't let the time limit go by. She needs to report it to an insurance company right away.
Okay, thanks, Antoinette. Up next is Judy from Bethel. Judy, what can we do for you?
I live in a small community out east, and there are many small communities around that. I have teenage grandchildren. They have old cars, and the officers seem to be pulling them over and saying anything. Well, we think you're taking drugs. We thought you were swerving, and then they say, "Can we search your car?" And if we do search your car and there's something illegal in it, you're going to go to jail. And my feeling is, I don't understand how they can ask anyone to search their car and then threatening them with something, whether there's something in their car or not. So that's the question, is that legal?
Well, thanks very much. Steve, we were just talking about this a few minutes ago. Why don't you go ahead and help her out?
When an officer pulls a car over, there must be a legitimate traffic violation or a equipment violation. If not, and even if there is a legitimate stop, he can't just ask to search your car because he has to have some specific, reasonable belief that there's evidence of a crime inside that car, and without that, it would be an illegal search.
So you just can't make up a reason to stop somebody's car if you're a police officer?
No, and even if you're pulled over for speeding, the officer has to have other evidence aside from speeding upon which he's able to justify asking you to search your car or searching your car. If he asks you to search your car, he can do that. It's consensual, but you should say no and let him have the evidence in his own mind to search your car without you volunteering that information.
So Steve, what's a person supposed to do if a policeman has done a search that they think is inappropriate? First of all, they don't have a right to resist the search, do they?
Well, you can protest a search. You can't physically resist a search. You can protest a search, but if the officer is going to search your car and he doesn't find anything illegal, I would advise you to contact a lawyer or his supervisor and file a complaint against a police officer. If he finds something illegal, then you need to call a lawyer so that he can challenge the search and seizure as a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the United States and the Ohio Constitution.
Great. Let's go to our next caller. We're going to squeeze this last one in. Dan, how can we help you? Or is it Sam?
Hello?
Is this Sam?
Yeah, this is Sam. Hi.
Go ahead with your question.
My question is, why does it seem that the laws on vehicular DUI are rather lax? I think Mr. Adams said before the maximum sentence was, did you say 8 years?
That's right. He said 8 years.
Yeah, why is it not more stiffer penalties? I think that would possibly deter repeat offenders. I mean, if a life is lost, you can never get that life back. I mean, so it seems like the laws are lax on DUI.
It's a pretty controversial area. Dad, what do you think about that?
Well, basically, it's just a matter of legislature. The law is what it is. If you want to change it, you're going to have to vote for people who are going to change it. And the lawyers have to follow the law, as do the judges.
Well, thanks, Steve, for being here this morning.
Thank you very
Dad,
much.
Steve,
Appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate it.
Thank
Super
you.
job.
We can
Thanks.
enjoy the picnics today. Next week, join us for business and estate planning. We thank you for being with us today. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. We'll see you next week.
Check us out on fox19.com.